Hey everybody,
Hey
welcome
guys.
to the second episode of the Monday Halving. Today we are talking about Bitcoin and real estate and how the two come together. And I guess in the past, Bitcoin and real estate were two very, very different conversations. And I think now we are seeing those lines merge very quickly, right?
Yes.
And so recently, and the reason we wanted to do this podcast recently, I've had a lot of agents come up to me saying, hey, I had a buyer at open house come up. They're asking if they can purchase a home with Bitcoin. Another agent came to me and said, hey, I have a listing. The seller wants to accept Bitcoin. And then the third conversation I had just recently actually was a buyer was trying to get qualified and they're wanting to know if they could use their crypto assets to get qualified for the loan. And so that's what we're doing today. We want to discuss kind of real estate and crypto and how the worlds are colliding quickly.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Very fast.
So this morning, I actually taught a class downstairs. I did one last month, and I did one this morning downstairs to all the agents in the office regarding this exact topic. And so it's fresh on the mind, luckily.
Yeah.
But let's talk about, I think I want to take a step back. For those of you that are not familiar with Bitcoin, I'd love to take just a minute and talk about what is Bitcoin. So Nathan, how would you describe Bitcoin to somebody who is not familiar with Bitcoin or has heard of it but doesn't have any idea what it is?
Gotcha. Okay, that's a great question. I would describe it as a digital asset that you can invest in that appreciates over time. That no one has a whole patent on it or IP. It's a big pool that you depending on how market sentiment is, it rises in value.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's no CEO. There's no
CEO.
board of governors. There's no
Correct.
government that controls it. There's no CEO. There's nothing.
Nothing.
There's no company behind it.
So you can buy as much as you want or as little as you want. If I wanted to buy Apple stock, I have to buy a whole chunk of Apple stock.
Yep.
Yeah,
you have to buy one share.
One share, right?
Yep.
Versus if I want to go 0.00001 in Bitcoin.
Yeah, you can buy $1 of Bitcoin.
Yeah, exactly. So it lends itself to anyone to be able to go in and invest in it.
Right.
And then it's also, again, like I said, it's a digital storage, digital asset, which is not be compared to digital gold. So
that's the perfect comparison.
Yeah,
100%.
So what about you?
So I'm going to talk about the questions that got asked downstairs.
Okay.
Right. So most of the people in the class were not familiar with Bitcoin, and one of the things was like it's not tangible, so it's not real.
Yeah.
Right. I guess the market sentiment, the narrative behind Bitcoin is it's a Ponzi scheme, it's fake internet money, it's a bubble, et cetera, et cetera. And my argument to this, or not my argument, I guess my counterpoint to this, it's not tangible, it's not real. I asked the lady that asked me, I said, when was the last time you touched one of your stocks? Right?
Fair point.
So you buy an Apple stock, we're talking about Apple, you buy one share of Apple stock, it is a digital representation of one share of the company, right? Of the full massive company.
Correct.
So you're not getting anything tangible. We're not in the 1950s, 60s, or 70s. You're not getting a stock certificate anymore. So it's a digital representation of Apple, one share worth, right? And Bitcoin is the exact same thing. So your $100 is a digital representation of $100 of the 21 million Bitcoin that exist, right? And so I love that example, because then it makes it real. Because a lot of people own stocks and they don't correlate the two of yeah, you're right. Stocks are not tangible.
No.
Bitcoin's not tangible, but it's the exact same thing. It represents a portion, whatever that dollar amount is, of the 21 million Bitcoin that exist.
Yeah.
And this is one of the reasons why I love Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Right. And so how would I explain it? Very similar to you. I would say it is a store of value. It's a digital store of value. Right. And one of the main points I had in the class downstairs was from January to today, essentially, the $1 US has been devalued by about 10% so far.
Oh yeah.
And we're not in December yet.
Yeah.
Right. Which meaning your $1 in your bank account still says 1.00, but your buying power is now 90 cents on that dollar.
Yeah.
So if you have $100,000 sitting in the bank at the beginning of the year, you could have bought $100,000 worth of goods. Now in October, you could basically be able to buy $90,000 worth of those same goods, right? Because the printing press is wild.
Yeah.
One of my favorite stats of the printing press and how much money they're printing and the devaluing of the US dollar is the fact of how much money they printed between 2020 and let's call it 2023. I'll be generous. It's really like 22 and a half. But 2023, so in those short 3 years, they printed more money. The Federal Reserve printed more money than the government has since the inception of our country. So 1776 to the year 2020, if you add up all that money together, we printed more than all of that generations worth of families in 3 years.
That's ridiculous.
Right? And this is why Bitcoin is so valuable to me and it's so important to me. I mean, y'all, I'm wearing a Bitcoin shirt because of this, right? So if you want to leverage your money instead of it sitting in a bank and losing on average 7 to 10% a year, now you have an asset like Bitcoin where you can put your money aside. And again, I'm going to be very conservative. And basically, year over year, going back to 2009, Bitcoin has increased on average about 109, 115% a year.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, your money in the bank sitting at one of those financial institutions is losing 7 to 10% of buying power every single year.
Yeah.
Right. So this is why we're seeing governments, we're seeing large corporations, we're seeing Elon Musk, we're seeing a lot of these world leaders putting their national reserves and their corporate reserves into Bitcoin in order to stop the bleeding. And the bleeding is coming from the devaluing of the US dollar.
100%, because you had now seen countries like El Salvador pegging their actual currency to Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
And just to give you guys like a visual aspect, it back in 2020, around there, 2019, it was like almost like $3,000.
Yeah, so in March of 2020, we get down to like $3,400 for one Bitcoin.
And right now we're over 100K.
Yeah, we're like 108, 109.
Yeah. So just think about in that 5-year term, that much of an increase.
Massive.
That's a lot.
It's life-changing money.
Yeah. So I know there's a lot of regulations that have come out.
Yeah.
So what does that mean now for the market? What does it mean to people who, the common person on the street? What does it mean to realtors with the regulations that come out?
But in addition to realtors, right, the average Joe, somebody looking to purchase a home, somebody looking to sell a home, now these conversations are being had, like I said at the beginning, right?
What does that mean?
In June of this year, the FHFA, which is the Federal Housing Finance Agency, it's a mouthful, they basically directed Fannie and Freddie Mac to start accepting crypto assets. So I'll give you guys an example just to break it down. You have $100,000 in a crypto portfolio somewhere, right? You have a $10,000 stock portfolio. Prior to June of 2025, me as a mortgage lender, I was only able to look at your $10,000 stock portfolio, and I could not consider your $100,000 of crypto as part of your assets.
Wow.
So I had to ignore it. If that it was $100,000
no matter what,
or $100 million, I had to ignore it.
I could be crypto rich and...
It would not matter. I can't qualify you for a mortgage loan based on your crypto assets, which is insane, right? Yeah. So luckily, the regulations are changing now to where they're, unfortunately, the guidelines are not quite there yet. So meaning if somebody came to me literally today, I wouldn't be able to qualify those assets. We could try, but the guidelines haven't come out yet. So we're expecting the guidelines to come out January, February, March, hopefully. The government works in mysterious and very slow ways. And so let's call it the summertime just to be conservative about it, right? So by the summer, hopefully by spring, summertime.
2026.
These guidelines for mortgage lenders like myself will come out to where no matter what your crypto portfolio is, 100,000, 100 million, would not matter. Now I'm able to take that as part of your assets.
Okay, so that means that like I myself, as a realtor, I can have a client and say, hey, Nathan, I want to buy this $500,000 home. All right, cool, that's great. And then I say, hey, Nishant, I have this client who wants to buy it. Let's get him pre-approved.
Yes.
And then, you look out of all his stuff, all his assets, you can now use that $250,000 worth of Bitcoin or whatever cryptocurrency that is on there to put them towards, hey, we can leverage this.
Yes. So we're going to treat it exactly like a stock portfolio. Okay. So, I mean, we were able to qualify people with their stock portfolios as part of their assets for as long as I know. Yeah. Right? Forever.
So that's huge.
Yeah, that's huge. But now what's happening is the adoption rate for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as a whole has grown so much that thankfully the powers that be have realized like we need to start qualifying people with this because people are holding massive crypto bags, right?
100%.
And so it's been great. Unfortunately, right now, I can't, really the only things that we do know is that they're going to come up with a list. The only ones that they have actually mentioned 100% is Bitcoin.
Okay.
I would assume Ethereum is going to be on that list. I can't imagine why it wouldn't, right?
Yeah.
But that's the only one is Bitcoin at this point. That's the reason we're only mentioning Bitcoin today, in October of 2025. I'm hoping the regulations come out sooner than later, and that way we can put out another video and let people know, let crypto holders know, or let the average Joe know who has even a little bit of crypto, that we can use those funds and use those assets to help them qualify for a home.
Now, does that affect, other than qualification, it's someone, hey, I have this much money, and if I want to take it out, to put it, is it still the same?
So you're talking about selling their Bitcoin?
Selling their Bitcoin, do we still have to?
So selling it would be just like if you wanted to sell your Apple stock. You have $100,000 worth of Apple stock. You sold it in order to use that for down payment and whatever else, remodeling the house or what have you, right? So crypto would work the exact same way. There are capital gain taxes on crypto sales.
Yeah.
And so it would work the exact same way. We don't care if you sell crypto or if you sell Apple stock. It's all one and the same for a lender. The only thing is that we do have to document that, right? So when we say we need to document that, is you need to be on a U.S. exchange.
Okay.
So we can't use something in Singapore, China, or what have you. It has to be a U.S.-based exchange.
So like
Coinbase, Gemini, Crypto.com, any of the massive big players that have been in the game for a long time in the stock market. For example, Fidelity, Charles Schwab, Morgan Stanley.
They have an ETF, right? Also.
They all have ETFs, but you can also buy and sell Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies on their exchanges currently. And I think this is another reason why it's become so prevalent in regular people who have not been crypto bros like you and I, right? Because now it's very accessible. You don't have to go to one exchange or two exchanges worldwide to buy a crypto asset.
Yeah.
You can go on your Fidelity account where you've been using for a decade, that your parents used.
Yeah.
So it's really exciting for not only real estate agents, because now real estate agents can essentially help more people.
Yeah.
Right?
Because there's a huge slew of people who from 2020 until now who invest a lot in, I'd say just Bitcoin, right? And rode that wave until now, and they're sitting pretty.
So they invested a couple of thousand, and now they're sitting on 6 figures, and some people 7 figures, and some people even 8 figures.
Yeah. So
it's massive.
Let me ask you this question. As from your background, finance background, and being a mortgage lender, the nomenclature or the norm was, if you wanted to invest your money, the safe bet was to do it in real estate.
Yep.
Now we're seeing it where it's like, hey, I really have to think about Bitcoin because these returns are crazy. So
not only that, but also it's, 10, 20, 30 years ago, real estate was a lot more affordable.
Yes.
In terms of the ratio between your income and the cost of a home, that ratio was a lot more equal than it is today. Today,
100%.
Your income has not changed much, and the price of homes has gone up exponentially.
The median household here in DFW is in the 4s, right?
It's definitely in the 4s.
Yeah,
which is still not bad considering.
No,
you can still get a lot of bang for your buck here in DFW.
Yeah.
But again, that number was a lot lower 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And so I love the question. So I guess from my own personal experience, I had $200,000 to invest either in a rental property or into crypto over the next couple of years.
Yeah.
What would I do? If I had a client that was asking me this question, I would say, what is your time horizon and what are your goals? How busy are you? What do you do for a living?
Great questions asked.
So these might seem like random questions, but the reason for that, right? Having a rental property, are you going to manage it yourself? Are you hiring a property management company? How much returns are you looking for? Are you looking for a long-term asset you're just going to sit on for forever and ever and ever, and you're okay with the maintenance, you're okay with the property taxes going up every year, you're okay with the insurance going up? Absolutely fine. I love rental properties. I love real estate, right? And so these are not negatives. These are just the truths of what it would take to manage a rental property.
100%.
Right? And so that's what we're here for. We're here to tell you exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Right? And so the benefits of having a property is obviously I don't anticipate the values or the equity that you could build over the years to slow down in a tremendous way or to ever stop, right? It is safe in terms of, that you buy a house today, in 10 or 15 or 20 years, it is definitely going to be worth more.
Yeah.
We have on average 400 families moving to DFW every single day. We have major corporations coming in here. So these are we're growing at an exponential level.
Oh, yeah.
We are not Las Vegas. We are not Phoenix. These markets are suffering tremendously.
100%.
Yet we are, we've gone through this before where everything else feels like a bubble, but here in DFW, we're a little bit protected in that sense because of the advantages of living.
Yeah. Because you have, I think, Paramount Pictures is coming also.
Yeah. Disney.
studio,
I mean, like
Disney,
so many companies.
so many, and also the very different industries.
Yeah.
It's just not one sector.
Right.
Multiple sectors. So that's why.
So
a good bubble.
100%. Yeah. So to answer the question, I would ask yourself a couple of questions. What's my time horizon?
Mm-hmm.
How risk adverse am I?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
Like we sort of know the track record of Bitcoin specifically, what it does every 4 years, the cyclical nature, et cetera, et cetera. It's gone up X percent every year, but it also is unpredictable in a way.
Yeah, no,
right?
100%.
So I'm a Bitcoin guy, clearly, right? But also, if you are in your 60s or 50s, I completely understand you not wanting to invest in crypto and just wanting to invest in real estate, because you know by the time you're at the end of your life in your 70s, 80s, hopefully 90s, that property is going to be worth more, almost guaranteed.
Yeah.
Nothing's guaranteed in life, but almost guaranteed,
property,
historically speaking, real estate doesn't go down.
No.
Right? Where
it's going to be an act of
in
God.
terms of crypto, and we're going to be real here, you know, I love Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I genuinely think by the 2030s, I don't know if it's early 2030s or late 2030s or mid 2030s or what have you, I believe that we'll be trading at over $500,000 per Bitcoin.
Okay.
Time horizon, who knows? I'm not that smart. If I was that smart, I'd be on a beach somewhere, right, with my kids.
Yeah.
And so that is where I see it going. But again, this is based on historical data, and crypto tends to change a lot. The adoption level is completely different than what it was 5 years. Governments were not investing 5 years ago. That could stop,
100%.
and Bitcoin could crash. I don't know.
Yeah.
I expect 2026, 2027, 2028 to be down years. I expect us to go down significantly in value over the next 3 years because, historically speaking, this is part of the cycle. Right? Can I predict that? Can I guarantee that? No. Not financial advice, by the way. These are just my opinions.
That's important. It's not financial. We're not
These
financial
are just
advisors.
my opinions. Yeah. I think the next 3, potentially 4 years are going to be buying opportunities. I'm a positive person. I like to look at the positive. So I look at them as buying opportunities and not the market is crashing. It's a buying opportunity. It's an opportunity to accumulate Bitcoin and whatever other crypto that you're interested in. So if you're not worried about that and you're looking for massive gains more quickly, and you do genuinely, if you put in the due diligence and you've researched it and you've done all your checks and balances in researching Bitcoin, and you are a true believer and you believe similar to what I'm like, let's say I'm wrong by half. Let's say it reaches half. We're still at $250,000.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
No.
Considering we're at 100,000 today.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially if you invest anywhere under 20K,
right.
Even more than that, because it gets like X in your gain.
Yeah. So I'm curious. So what would you think? Like, what you have $200,000 of your own money? What would you do? Or what would you advise a client? Actually, forget what you would do. What would you advise a client? They're saying, "Hey, Nathan, I have $200,000. Should I buy a rental property, or should I invest in the stock market or crypto or whatever else? Like, should I leverage that into other digital assets, let's call them, versus physical real estate?"
It's a great question. I would advise my client, depending on what type of home they want to get into, I want to do at least 50-50.
Okay. I like it.
And
why is that?
Because you're getting best of both worlds. Like you said, in 4 years, we don't know where Bitcoin may be. It may be down to 50K.
Might be.
It might be 50K. Now, I'm a firm believer that Bitcoin isn't going anywhere. It's here to stay.
Yeah.
Right? But because...
I agree, by the way.
Yeah. Every 4 years, we have a new administration.
Agreed, yes.
So
and the next administration might not be so crypto friendly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we don't know how that's going to turn the tides in terms of market sentiment.
Sure.
So if I want to, again, my fiduciary duty to help protect my client, do both. See if you can do around 100,000, depending, to put towards a rental property, right? And then from there, it's like, hey, look, we can do 50K.
Be risky with the other 100.
Yeah, honestly, you do 50 or 75K in straight in Bitcoin, 25, 30 into other high altcoins like Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Cardano, Sui, or whatever you want to. But at least that kind of gives me 2 avenues where I have the real estate aspect, right? And then on top of that, I am looking forward to the other horizon. So I'm
I like
kind of, can now say hedging your bets, but at the same time,
It is hedging your bets.
yeah, it's like boom right there.
Yeah.
Me myself, because I take into account like a rental property, like you said, there's so many additional costs. I think people say, oh, I have a rental property. It's, I don't want to say glamorous, but it's all this income coming in. But, you know, again, you have repairs, property management, taxes. Yes, the rent can help, you know, cover that, but it's in the store.
It should cover that.
It should cover, right?
Yeah.
So and then the hassle to deal with tenants. Also, that's also a cost that's associated to it. Me myself, I would do 100 in BTC and then another 150 in altcoins. And this is where you and I kind of differ a little bit.
Okay, I like it.
But I'll do 100 in BTC because I know that 100 is going to give me, you know,
you're going to get your returns.
100%.
And you're gambling with the other 150, basically.
Exactly. Because
let's be honest, you're gambling with the alt.
You know, because again, I think there's value in these other ones. Like specifically, ones that if you look at, there's a website called cryptocoin market, right?
Yeah.
You look at the top 10, top 5.
Coin market cap.
Yes. I'm sorry, guys.
Coin market cap.
Yeah. So I was supposed to be the Bitcoin. No, come on. Okay. So back to it. From there, look at the top 5 and start, you know, sprinkling in.
I love it. Okay,
because
cool.
Again, I'm very risk adverse. That's just me. And again, this is not my financial advice, financial opinion.
What we'll do is instead, he's gonna take that 150, fly me to Vegas, and we'll just gamble. Let's gamble in Vegas. We'll call it good.
I've made good money on Suhi, on very good money. But again, that's where
he's a gambler.
Yeah, you know, again.
Cool.
So
I think this is great.
I think so too.
I think it's really beneficial for people to understand that gap is closing quickly in terms of not just having a real estate conversation, not just having a crypto conversation. Today, it's one and the same.
Yeah,
you know, the stock market conversation. It's all together. It all coincides. It's becoming more and more prevalent for the average Joe, for a retiree, for an 18-year-old kid that's about to go to college. College kids are investing in crypto, and they're not going into the stock market.
A lot. And that's one of the things that, to me, gives me hope that we're no longer seeing this huge downturn in market sentiment or also just rhetoric about it.
Right.
Because you're not seeing a bunch of the early population, the young people, quote unquote, investing in it.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree.
And then that's getting everyone else like, why are they making so much money? Because you have people in their early 20s sitting $200,000 or $300,000 worth of crypto assets versus when they're in their 20s.
They're nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
all right, cool.
All right, guys.
Hey, guys, we love your suggestions. That's the reason for the table change and the backdrop change and the logo change and not all the stuff on the table. So please, we love your feedback. We're taking it with good intentions. We love it. We'd love to hear from you. Please subscribe, share, like it. Give us your feedback. We will take it and implement it. We're looking to grow ourselves here. So thanks for watching, and we will see you guys next Monday.
See you guys.